Okay,
just didn't use it.
I need a time from here to when you had vacuum cleaner actually like purchased. Was it days or was it weeks?
It was like
we had vacuum
I had a little dirt devil, like one of those handheld things that like barely vacuums up crumbs.
And then there was a broom that we sometimes
you vacuum up like a phone-sized pile of crumbs and it's just done, like it's out of commission permanently.
You literally all work at home. What if you could like just run a broom once in a while?
We have a broom. It's hard to use.
Do we?
Where's the on? But yes. Where's the you fucking idiot? We have a broom.
Hey everybody. It's the podcast.
It's the podcast.
Hey, how's it going, eh?
Hey, oh boy.
We got another Canadian here.
You're literally the third Canadian on BoyFlop.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like special anymore. I'm sorry, James.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think this is BoyFlop 29.
Really?
Know.
We're getting there.
What?
We're fucking getting there.
That's
This is BoyFlop
stupid.
29.
We're like a month ahead of schedule at this point.
Yeah, we do have.
I wonder why.
Well, yeah.
We've had like a million guests.
Yeah. I'm feeling
Nice.
7X.
I'm Jonathan Sucks.
Yeah.
What John said. And we have a special guest with us this
Special
time.
guest again.
Who are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Nice.
I'm Little V or LittleVMilles or whatever. All that good stuff.
LittleVMilles.
What is it that you do?
I play the musics on the internets. Also, I drink the coffees. That thing too.
I don't envy you.
I thought you were going to say you drink the alcohols.
No, that comes later.
Yeah.
I mean, we have whiskey here.
Coffee in the morning.
I do have the Jack Daniels for those days. You know, just for those days.
What are those days?
Those days when I used to work retail. And you just needed to, so you wouldn't like commit suicide
until
at the
you
end
can't
of the day.
feel anymore.
Pretty much, just to make the pain go away.
I feel like that would almost like from retail taking all like feeling away. That's the only thing that you could feel. It's just that
everyone needs to work
crippling
retail.
alcoholism.
Everyone needs to work retail for a year so that everyone understands and that everyone is nicer to everyone else.
I haven't worked retail, but like I've worked as like a dishwasher and like in customer service and stuff. So I see like just a cashier getting reamed out over something really stupid by a mom from a van and like a dumb haircut, and I think I gather how bad it is. I just haven't been there.
I just didn't take it. Like I had one time I was in a music store in an electronics store. So there's a thing. It was essentially like I'm gonna say Guitar Works. No one knows what that is. It was essentially a Guitar Center inside of a Best Buy.
Okay.
And it was like a guy was like, I'm looking for like odds and ends, like tambourines and stuff like that. And it was like $20 worth of stuff. And it was like and just being belligerent. I would make the hand motion. He used to get my attention, and it won't translate, but it's something like this. How do I put this? It was kind of like flaccid.
Yeah,
flaccidly holding his hand up in the air.
He also had like, it looked like his face was just permanently stuck in anguish, and
he's shopping for tambourines.
And after that was all done, it's I'm like, okay, well it's this much, and he's like, okay, he starts pulling out cash. I'm like, oh, sorry, we don't have any cash back here. And we'll have to take you up front. And he just goes, man, you guys are terrible. And I just took everything off the counter, and I said, well, then you can get the fuck out. Oh my God. And the look on his face was wait, someone talked back to me? And he didn't even complain on the way out. He just left. It was great. It was, and at that point, I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm kind of no.
I feel like I'm back in Minnesota.
Because my boss has done worse to people.
I want to hear a conversation between your dad and him.
It's too bad you didn't come here when we had Ryan and Erica here. Where
just Canada flop.
Canada just flop. Have like set up an embassy in the corner. Like, hey, well, sure.
So how many liters of maple syrup do you have now?
Let's not talk
I was literally just gonna make a maple syrup.
We actually still have more mayonnaise thanks to Chatia 12's birthday present to you.
Why did you do that?
So there's been this long running joke of mayonnaise. I'm sure you've been caught in the mayonnaise crossfire. So I think he's going to get them, but. We had Chatia 12
because Erica dropped one, and it like exploded on the floor. She sent me some jars of mayonnaise for my birthday with cat ears on them. That's my fursona.
Mayonnaise Chan.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, they were talking about what personas they wanted, and I was like, oh, a jar of mayonnaise.
So now, thanks to Canadians, we have some strange mixture of mayonnaise and fucking maple syrup everywhere.
I'm becoming allergic to memes because of you guys.
Here you go.
Okay, well, just to fuse
You're
two things.
allergic to yourself.
Have you ever like made maple bacon? You ever done that?
I've had it.
God.
It's you basically
That's all you guys.
you put bacon in an oven and you soak it in maple syrup and brown sugar. And it becomes it's so good. It's so bad.
I used to
but
dip
it's so
bacon
good.
in maple syrup when I had like pancakes and bacon. I would just like
This is the same idea, except it becomes like candy.
right.
You know, we were actually going to bring pancake mix, but we decided white powdery substance going across the border was probably a terrible idea.
Yeah.
It would have been fun.
It would have been great, except for
mix, like
until the glove comes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could. I don't know. We could make pancakes if that's what you want to do.
That's
LittleVMills.
northern pancakes are like the best though. Like
Yeah. Well, it's
around here, it's just like how like if you want good Mexican food, you go to like the border.
You go to Tijuana.
Like if you want good fucking pancakes and maple syrup, you go to the north of the U.S. or Canada.
I was kind of. Well, go ahead.
Or it's just like a really stupid like Scandinavian descent white people kind of a thing to have pancakes. So it's like.
Yeah.
Like, because I would have friends back in Minnesota that would like, they would have maple trees that they would make their own maple syrup from.
Oh,
so
shit,
it's just
cool.
like it's a legit like tradition thing.
John and I did research during a D&D
Yes!
dispute and found out that waffles actually date back to the like 110,000 AD or something like that. So they were eating like waffles in like medieval times.
George Foreman.
Because somebody in our D&D group was like, "Oh, does the tavern have waffles?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Sure, the tavern has waffles." And Jules was like, "They wouldn't have waffles." And then I googled it and sure enough,
I had faith.
I'm exaggerating, but then I googled it and sure enough, Wikipedia, like the page for waffles, it was like, "Oh, waffles originated in like 1200 AD in like the medieval times."
Did you just say 1200 AD?
Yeah.
And 110? AD is after death. You're thinking BC.
1100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. It's like 100,000 or something.
I think I said 1100 or something.
Okay. I think it's like 100,000. Like you mean like 8,000 years or 8,000 years in the future?
History of waffles.
I have the like Bilbo Baggins 11D1 fucking number
It's
system.
my 111th birthday.
No, in the book they're like it's like 11D1. It's like really fucking confusing.
Yeah.
Fuck Tolkien. He stole all his shit from Welsh Tales or something.
And then everyone else stole everything from him.
Right. Well, that's I don't know. I guess that just goes to show
Enter the fantasy tropes.
There's no original thought. It doesn't exist.
Nothing.
Do you
exists.
enjoy elves and orcs? Great.
Nice.
Does your fantasy have elves and orcs? Awesome. So does all of them.
So does all of them ever. You said you had some. Speaking of smuggling white substances over the border, you said you have some border crossing stories.
So I recently came back from the Balkans. I was on a small tour. So that's like Macedonia, Serbia, Croatia.
I thought you said Vulcans. I was
Vulcans, yes.
What?
Yes, Vulcans.
Speaking of Vulcans, we got to play Artemis tonight.
Yes, totally.
Let's do it.
Yes, totally.
Okay.
So, do you want me to start with bribing border guards, or or the 3 accidents, one of which would happen on a stretch of road that can only be described as Hooker Highway,
Nice.
or like what would you like me to start?
Okay,
I'll go with the car accident. So we're on Hooker Highway. So let me explain Hooker Highway. So this is a stretch of road in Bulgaria going to Romania. And we actually, first we didn't even realize what it was. We pulled off to the side of the road just to, use the bathroom. And we're like, there are a unbelievable amount of condom wrappers just everywhere on the ground. And we're like, maybe this is where the kids come. And
The
this
local flora.
Yeah, exactly.
We're still on Hooker Street, Hooker Avenue.
We haven't seen them yet.
Highway?
We haven't seen them yet. So we start driving and we lose count of how many there are, and it's like every single semi pulled off to the side of the road. We're like, we know what they're doing. So, anyways, so we get up to a set of cars. By the way, we're doing about 150 kilometers, which is about 95 miles an hour. when it's definitely not that fast. Anyways,
it's like Audubon and shit, whatever.
yeah.
I'm sure
Although
fine.
they're super.
That's on the other side of Europe.
Shut up.
Yeah, totally,
Germany.
yeah, you know, Balkans. That's kind of close.
Right, yeah.
It's only a few thousand
Captain
miles
Picard,
away.
Vulcan,
Hey, you said miles. You're acclimating.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to because I realize everyone's
Well, you're
probably
over
American
there
here.
fucking booping and beeping kilometers.
I'll put that weather well. Anyways, so
What was that, the Hooker Highway? Anyway, go ahead.
So we come up to 4 cars and a motorcycle, all just like we're talking inches from each other. And we're like, this is not going to end well. And sure enough, first car brakes. Second car hits the first car. Just boom, boom, boom. Motorcycle goes over top of all the cars.
Oh, no.
And the guy driving, Victor, our friend, the guitar player, he's like, well, damn, and just swerves. And it's one of those things where had he swerved left, the motorcycle would have landed on our car. And had he swerved and we went right and we dodged it by inches. And we're just like, well,
This
damn.
sounds like Mad Max.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh,
Sounds like
so there's one. Not 2 minutes into Serbia, we get into a car accident.
Nice.
Minor fender bender. Luckily, there was no damage. It was the Swiss. I'm sorry, the Swiss don't know how to drive. I'm sorry if you're Swiss and listening to this. I am so sorry. We're going fast, and we're in the left lane going fast. Right lane is doing its thing. There's like 2 transport trucks, and then this tiny little car from with a Swiss plate. And we're like, la 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 la, and they're doing 50 miles an hour. We're again doing 95 miles an hour, and they decide.
But the Swiss don't know how to drive.
So
it's the Swiss' fault.
So
because
they decide.
They don't know how to drive.
So they decide. Hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna pull out into the left lane with this car blowing down the road. And at this point, we are horn and brake for I think we counted 7 seconds, and they didn't move. And we just came up right behind him, just a little boop, and get out, and just like, oh my god! And Victor is just going, are you stupid? Did you not see the car? Did you not hear the horn? Oh, it was bad. It was bad.
What did they do?
Oh, they were just, I'm so sorry. I did.
Okay.
It's like, I mean, granted, here's the thing. Everyone drives like that. And actually, that was my one complaint in the Captain America Civil War movie when they were in Bucharest, is that there wasn't enough horns and enough people cutting each other off during the car chase sequence. I'm like, they don't drive like that. They just straight up cut you off and flip you off.
It's like Boston.
Yeah. So moving to the border stuff,
Moving on
paperwork.
to your fucking escapades.
Okay, so paperwork. So basically, we called ahead about 6 months before we left to go, what things do we need? Some of the countries are EU related, some of them aren't. You know, we're playing music. And, okay, well, here you need this, here you need this. And going into Serbia, okay, you need to have this document. Serbia is not EU. And like, okay, so, and it's like, you can get it at the border. Like, okay, cool. So we show up, and we go to the border, and it's like, where do you have this document? It's like, well, we were told we can get it here. No. We're like, uh-oh. So we get sent back to the Macedonian side, and we're like, ah, God. So basically, because our guitar player is Macedonian, he starts talking to some people, and all of a sudden, I see out of the corner, I'm sitting in the car, and I'm watching them, and all of a sudden now, one of the border guards is now just writing out a document with a pen on a piece of paper, and just writing, and I'm like, oh boy. And so he just makes the document handwritten and just goes, okay, so what are you going to do for me? And Victor, wearing a fanny pack, by the way, just reaches into it and just starts grabbing some money and is like, whoa, 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 duck down, not in front of the cameras. And just starts handing him documents.
Shit.
And so we go back, and stamps it, proper stamp. And again, this is just in handwriting with a stamp on it. And we show back up at the Serbian side. The guy just looks at it and goes, yeah, it's good. You're on. We're just like, okay.
Nice.
So later that day, we had to go.
I have never left America. I don't think outside America.
Oh man,
Do they got McDonald's?
I don't think so. I don't think I saw them. Also, why would God's name would you want McDonald's in a foreign country?
Because it's fucking
it's
stupid.
from
There's a lot of
America.
foreign countries that have, like, most of the EU has McDonald's.
Yeah, Asia
Oh, yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Most
Japan
places do.
does.
Greece has a weird one. Greece has seafood, like squid and
Yeah,
stuff on
their
their menu.
menus are different though. Like a Big
Yeah.
Mac in Europe tastes different than a Big Mac in America.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Probably tastes like food anywhere
I
in
actually
America.
don't even eat at McDonald's. I
Yeah.
just said
Yeah.
that because it's the trope. Anyway, continue with your
So the
fucking
second time
magical story.
we had to bribe a border guard was later that day going into Croatia. The one we thought was going to be fine, and you know those people who just have that face where you're like, oh no, this is going to be horrible.
Yep.
And okay, so we pull up, we clear the border side, no problem. And funny enough, there is a older man and a very attractive woman. By the way, the women of the Balkans, it's not fair. It's 10 out of 10 everywhere. It's not fair. Like, we were like, look at that one. And it's like, what? Which one? All of
the
them?
Adventures of Little V and bribing border
and oh, by the way, Gunther was the soundtrack. You Touched My Tra-La-La was the soundtrack. Was the best part. Anyway,
Nice.
so the attractive, super attractive woman and a guy who is grinning ear to ear because of course he is. And then we pull up to the customs side, and there is a woman who looks like she hasn't had fun in about 35 years.
Same.
And yeah, and
I'm just gonna sit this one out.
and we just looked and went, okay, all right, and we're like, oh well, do you have this document? It's like, what? It's like, no, we called the embassy. It's like, no, we can't let you through because you have amps. Everything else was fine, but you have amplifiers, so you need to have this document. Oh, and while we're doing this, the other band we're traveling with, the Serbian band Kolac, is by the way, which is Serbian for impale. You know those impaling spikes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So
Nice.
and they're being frisked because they decided to show up in their outfit. So like, we got a guy in snakeskin boots at the border, and just like, get out of the car, and. So we have to go back and essentially find a place to put our amps.
Jesus.
So we just go to the border. We could cross with everything else, not the amps. For some reason, because of dumb rules. I don't know why. So we find a border guard and just go, if we pay you like €30, by the way, it's a poor country, so like, 100 to 300 euro is what you would make in a month. So if we just pay you like a third of your salary, can you just hold our amps in your booth? Like, we're just going across the border, playing a gig, and coming back at like 4 a.m. It's like, and he's just like, all right, and we just left him in the booth of the border patrol thing, and it's like, oh, there'll be a woman here later in the morning, or when you get back, just knock on the glass and tell her it's yours, and we'll come get it. So we go play a fantastic show, rowdy as all hell. Come back. And yeah, sure enough, they were still there. We were like, oh god, someone probably sold our amps, and we're like, ah, crap, because they weren't ours. We're boring friends, and it's like
more euro.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, no, we show up, and the best part was the border guard was asleep in pajamas, and just like we just kind of knocked on the glass, and she just gets up like, oh, and it's like, yeah, those are ours. Like, oh, okay, here you go, and we're just kind of like. What are these countries?
Yeah. What is this strange
magical adventures?
Oh man, the Balkans are great. I'm going back.
Nice. Are you? What's the name of your band, by the way?
Black Pestilence is the one I'm playing in. It's like punk rock meets black metal.
Nice.
Also, we get to wear sex masks, so
I'm super down.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm down for anything. And the best part is, no one knows what we look like because we're always wearing a gear, and then we just take the gear off when we're off the stage.
Yep.
I've had those moments where we get off the stage and you hear people in the audience going, "Man, that band, God, that's so terrible, God!" And I just walk up and just go, "Yeah," and I hear that drummer is just a huge prick. It's like, "Yeah, man, yeah, good talk." It's like, yeah, oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rich is about to go to Canada and stuff and deal with border patrol and stuff.
Oh yeah,
for Con Bravo.
I thought you were making shit up. I was really confused.
We're literally kicking Rich out of this house so hard.
Like, yeah, we're deporting him to Canada.
Yeah. Well, you and about everyone else in America pretty quick here. Apparently,
it's gonna be funny.
I have a friend who streams on Twitch. I was telling you about this. I'm not gonna say any names, but apparently he's like one of the bigger streamers on Twitch and stuff, and he goes to the border and he's just going there for like a few days or something to hang out with actually Jatia, who we just had.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. So he goes to the border patrol officer, and obviously I don't know the full story, but I guess he goes up to him and like, "Where are you going?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm going to hang out with a friend for a few days." He's like, "What do you do?" And he's just like, "Okay, I broadcast on a website called Twitch TV. I have a big audience, and pretty much, I play these games and I put commentary on it. And they're not always here for the the game. Sometimes they're there for the personality. And I showcase these games, and they pay me to do it. I think I'm pretty good at my job. Blah blah." And then he's like, and so that's kind of what I do. And apparently the border officer was just like, Get out of the car.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I imagine he's just like looking at, he's like, look at that, you're on the top of the watch list.
I don't know, like, I think
YouTubers on the top of the watch list.
I think you were asking, like, I don't know, like, what do you say when somebody like asks you what you do, especially like a border patrol? Like, all four of us kind of do the same thing. We're all
entertain your children.
We had that problem. We had that problem when we fucking moved out here.
Yeah,
because we had to, like, realtors who were like deciding whether or not to give us an application for the house. We're just
that was awkward.
Yeah, and then my dad was like, "You see, they've got YouTube channels." And I was like, shut up!
I wish I had the slide whistle still. I wish I had the slide whistle so I could denote when we're telling a Paul-oriented story.
That's like every time that we're in public and he opens his mouth with us, it's like, Dad, no,
Yeah,
just
shut up.
They do the YouTubes.
Yeah, your dad is precious.
Wait, I think we've got it down to a science where if we say music producer, they don't ask too many more questions.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do, and then you go, you're asking all the right questions, aren't you?
You gotta be like, I'm an independent internet personality, music producer, and videographer, and then that's so many words.
I found two words works best, like music teacher, video production, something like that. That's like, okay, because
your dad,
because I keep coming back into Canada. Like it was like, what do you do in Canada? Oh, I just went music teacher.
Yeah.
Where do you work? This place. Okay, fair enough. Because I think they just want like a job and like a place they can be like, can we look this up?
Right.
Okay.
There's so many different like connotations though. Like if somebody, it's like, because we were talking about this. Like if you tell somebody that you're like if you tell somebody you're a YouTuber, they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
If you tell somebody you're a music producer, then it's like either they think, oh, that sounds important, or they're like, and then if you tell somebody you're a songwriter, they're like, okay, so you sit on the
what do you really do?
What do
you do for your day job?
Yeah.
I mean, you could always say that you take contract work, you do freelance work and stuff like that, and like that's where I try to go. That's the direction I always try to go. Once you say the word YouTube, it's all over. Like it's just like
that's what it's like.
Wow,
Even coming down here to the border, it was like, where are you going? RTX. What's that? It's a convention. What kind of have you ever heard of Rooster Teeth? No. It's like, well, they do like online video stuff.
At you like, sir, are you high?
like eventually we just gave up. Went, oh, you know what? Here's the tickets. Here's the hotel. Here's all the documents.
Yeah.
It's like, we're actually going. Please. It's like, we're not here to do anything illegal.
Yeah.
By the way, we're going to San Diego. What did I say that out loud? Whoopsie.
Yeah, we live spitting distance from like Tijuana and stuff, and you're probably gonna deal with
we're closer to Tijuana than we are to
Los Angeles,
Disneyland.
Actually. But so like I drove to Phoenix to visit a friend, Toxic Eternity, back on New Year's. And it's really weird because you pull up to these like little like border patrol stations and you start freaking out. You're like, oh shit, I don't have my passport. Like I don't know, like what are they gonna do?
And
like,
you're a white guy, so they just let you go.
Well, it's
that's what happened to us. Like, we got to one of those and like a couple people, they were like stopping and we drove up and it's me and my fucking white ass dad.
And your dad
have the whitest ass dad.
My dad has like this like Hawaiian shirt on and his glasses and like his big Nike tennis shoes, and we pull up.
I imagine like they just look in and they just like see Paul and they're like, as you were.
No, that's exactly what it was. We pulled up and they're just like, go ahead.
Like for me, like sorry, like Jules, I know you tell the story, but like for me, like I pulled up to the same one and they're like, do you have any foreign fruit or plants in the car? And I look down at a banana from a hotel from Oklahoma and I'm just like, no, and they're like, okay, go.
That's what they asked me. They're just like, they come up to the fucking window all like intimidating, like, and they're just like, you carrying any produce? And I'm like, what? You didn't like what? No.
We actually hit one of those on the way in, and it was just like, they actually didn't even ask anything. Everyone stopped and they just waved us through, just like,
they usually have their like flashlights and they check to see if you have little like.
They didn't even look in. They just literally like, I even rolled down the window going like, oh, we're gonna get like strip search now or something, like what's going on here, and it's just like, nope, we're going. And it's just like, oh, okay,
all right.
Yeah.
It's nice being white.
Oh my
God. Yeah. Also, the driving here, man, that was a sharp change when we hit California.
Yeah,
it's pretty instant.
Where is Calgary in comparison?
Directly north of here.
Okay.
So north of Montana.
See, because I know where Toronto is and I know where Vancouver is, but I didn't know where. So you drove,
literally I-15 north.
So you drove like pretty much along the coast all the way down?
No, we drove along the mountains.
Okay, yeah.
So we went from Montana, Idaho, Utah, Nevada. No, we went through something else, didn't we? No, I think Nevada. I don't know. I lost count.
So it's a little east.
Yeah,
just a bit east.
Yeah, just basically along the mountains.
I think you're technically one time zone over.
Yeah.
So you didn't come right through the top of California all the way down?
No.
You, like,
That's BC. That's our next province over.
Okay.
And it was great driving. It was like also it was a Sunday, so that's probably what helped. Yeah. And then, like, no joke, the moment we're in Nevada and the moment we cross into California, as my girlfriend is going, hey, we're in California, and I'm at that moment
cars
swerving around an accident going, oh my god.
Yeah.
My theory is that the cops don't fucking care about speeding or like bad
really?
driving.
I've seen tons of cops out lately pulling people over.
I have not seen it. Like I've literally just last night on my way back from the gym, someone just like running a red light with the cop like right there, and she's like,
I feel like you and I have opposite luck when driving, because whenever I'm sitting in your car and you're driving, we always get cut off. And there's always shitty drivers. And then when I'm driving, I'm like a mediocre driver, but I never have any problems. But I always see cops, though.
Like, you drive like maybe it's like you might be better suited for California just because you're like a more aggressive driver than I am.
But you're like an angrier driver than I am.
Oh, I get really mad, but I drive like a Michigan driver, so I'll be going like 50 in the left lane, being like, "Yeah, you fucking asshole! Like, how dare you pass me?"
I'm definitely like kind of like just a carefree driver. I think we're like the three like different elemental like drivers, because like that's how you drive in like Boston, Massachusetts. Is like you just kind of have to say like, people are gonna know not to run in front of my car, so just fucking go. Otherwise, we're dead because everybody's aggressive as shit. So
I get really, really, really angry when I'm driving. I think you've all seen me just like rage because someone like it's like just everyone's an idiot. I'm sorry.
He just like yells in futility at the windshield. Just
my favorite is the point. Yeah, we're like I'll be driving and someone will like be approaching like a stop sign. I'm like no, and just like point at him and make direct eye contact.
If I see someone like shoulder check as going like 20 miles slower than me, I do the same thing. I just go stay, stay, good.
Rich just sounds like an existential crisis, though. He's like, people are so fucking stupid. I want to kill myself. This is terrible.
I'm not wrong.
Calgary drivers are like that too. It's like, oh, you're going the fast lane on the highway. Better go under the speed limit.
Yeah,
with this convoy of cars following you, just like okay.
And then there's also someone in the right lane, and they insist on being friends.
Right.
And eventually they kind of sort of exit, and you pull up, and you're like, hey, what you do? You talking to your buddy?
You know,
having a good time?
You know what I was really impressed by? I think we saw collectively 3 accidents in the entire trip, and I think you brought this up, Rich, that like literally California has more people living in it than my entire country.
Yeah.
And actually, of course, this'll
38 million, 35 million.
33 actually.
33.
The worst accident, and I'm gonna pull up a picture. So yeah, this plays great for a podcast. Wow.
Whatever.
But the reaction will be good. The worst accident we saw was a semi, and it had an adventure with a rock in Nevada, and I don't think anyone surved because it was bad.
He showed me that.
I don't think I showed John.
I don't think that's safe to put up for.
Fuck.
Yeah.
No, that person is dead.
The top of the truck is gone.
There is no cab. It's gone. It's like there's an engine, and that was the worst one we saw. But that's like 3 accidents.
You must have came into California or like closer to LA.
So yes, we passed by. We didn't go into it, but yeah.
That's why you were seeing all the bad drivers, because that's like 100% of the shitty California.
No, but like straight
LA.
up going from Nevada to California, like I'm like it was like
Nevada's
hard
just desert,
cut.
Though. Like
but
then you cross the border and it's like LA suburbs,
but
and
like
it's just like.
But we never got close enough to LA to really experience it. But because like when we went through large cities, like we passed through large Salt Lake and stuff like that, large quote unquote.
LA traffic is the worst traffic in America. Besides maybe
I know.
New York City.
I hear.
New York City, they don't move though.
Yeah.
Rich will
I've been to many a city, and then I went to PAX East, and I experienced Boston drivers.
Yeah.
San Diego's bad. LA is bad.
I don't think San Diego's that bad. San Diego isn't that much worse than Minneapolis.
Boston is scary.
Yeah.
Boston is like, there's never not someone honking or almost killing someone.
Good.
It's a very unique kind of scary, like compared to like other drivers. Like New York is fine because nobody fucking moves. It's just, you know, like everybody's honking in New York City. Like nobody's moving. Boston, everybody's honking and moving. So
and, like with little regard for like any spatial awareness. So it's just kind of like, there's a lane over there. There might be some cars. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I think I've definitely freaked out both of you when we're walking around the city because I'll just like pretty much walk in front of cars and just assume that they're not going to hit me because that's what you have to do in Boston.
I don't think you've ever done that around me.
You've done it in front. I remember you did that. And I was just like, from Michigan.
Jules, what the fuck?
It's like, oh, there's a car 2 miles down. You've got to wait.
Yeah, that's very Balkan too, where like they stop for pedestrians, and it's like outside looking in, it looks like complete chaos. No one signals, no one. But it like after like a day or two, you're like, okay, no, there is a system here. It's a very unwritten rule. But it's like there is a system, and there is a time in which you are allowed to cut the person off, and there's a time in which you let the guy in. So yeah,
have you guys seen videos of like intersections in like New Delhi, the big cities in India?
Yeah,
there's that one intersection.
Literally, people will you literally just walk across the street and like.
Well, they move for you. Yeah, they move. It's like pedestrians have the right of way over there for everything. It doesn't matter where you're at.
The intersections, it looks like everyone is about to die. Like it's just.
Well, don't they have like the largest uncontrolled intersection out that way somewhere? Like it's in India somewhere, but it's like
I'm sure it is.
It's like 8 lanes each direction, no directions, no nothing, and it's just complete chaos. It's bad. So
I lived in a city called East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. Nobody's heard of it. I'm not expecting any of you to know what that is. It's a tiny little suburb of like one of the worst cities in America for a while. Its only claim to fame was it was in Ripley's Believe It or Not, for I'm pretty sure the stupidest fucking intersection to exist in America. It's like 7 major roads, also connecting major roads from Connecticut and like all these different states. Not a single fucking street light. And like it got to the point where like it's the stupidest fucking like planned out thing. It's like this kind of triangle circle, like Deathly Hollow symbol thing that like, so you go a circle and then you got to turn kinda, and then there's all these fucking cars going through here and nobody knows what the fuck to do. I think at some point they were just like, okay, this is all we got, so let's fuck it up more, and they like tried to fix it. Now it's like super super fucked up. Everyone dies in that intersection.
Solid. Should just make it like just a big parking lot.
Shout out to East Longmeadow, Massachusetts.
Do you need the cloak to get through? The invisibility cloak, or the Elder Wand or something to just destroy everyone? Is that what you have to do? Yeah.
You need to make a deal with Voldemort for immortality because you're gonna die if you go through it.
Solid.
That sounds awful.
But I don't know, like
sounds like YouTube.
Yeah. When you describe like drivers in Michigan, like the way I picture it, Rich, is just like you be like waiting to cross the street and then the car is like coming up like going like 4 miles an hour, just going okay, and then the guy is waiting to cross like okay.
I had the opposite experience driving in Michigan though.
Well, you were driving in Flint, probably.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Flint and Detroit.
Well, like on the highways, like the roads were shit and everyone was going like 100 miles an hour.
That sounds like Flint.
Yeah.
No, like in Grand Rapids, which is like a nice little like kind of, it's like having this identity crisis right now where it's like kind of half like Portland and half still like a northern Bible Belt thing. So like all the drivers just drive like timid old grandmas essentially.
Yeah.
So like you're about right, Jules, where like everyone's just like, okay, I'm gonna hit the accelerator and then I'm gonna go forward and then like there's someone asleep at that stoplight. I better go away. I've literally woken people up at stoplights, like multiple times in Michigan. I've had to go up and be like, "Wake up!" and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Okay, so have you ever had to like dodge and weave horse-drawn carriages and tractors on the highway before?
What?
Because that was a thing also in Bulgaria. There's just
hey, near Saranac, yes.
Because it's just like I'm like essentially on an interstate. There's just horses and carriages on the interstate.
Yep, that's
it's like
that's happened in Michigan.
Well then, that's a thing. Okay then.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, we've talked about driving for about half an hour.
It's funny.
It is pretty funny.
This is the driving podcast.
So we all make music, I think. I guess.
I don't know
wouldn't
anymore.
call it that.
I don't know. I was telling James before, like, unlike most podcasts where people have like topics, we just kind of just wing it, and sometimes we talk about fucking driving. Sometimes we talk about existential concepts, politics. Like, it's kind of whatever the flavor of the week is.
Sleeping.
Solid.
Yeah.
Favorite driving music, go.
But
Favorite driving music, go.
I don't listen
There
to
you go.
music when I drive.
Oh,
You're
God.
weird. You're
I
actually
don't
like
listen to music when I drive.
Rich has that 1,000-yard serial killer stare when he drives. He listens to like sometimes NPR.
Yeah, most of the time I'm just like in dead silence driving. And when we were driving out here from when I was like when we were like I met up with John in Minnesota when we were driving out here, and like they were driving south, I was just in silence after the NPR looped twice, and I was just like maybe throw on like Between the Bear to Me for like 30 minutes and be like, I don't like this, and just go back to silence.
You're fucking
I
weird.
swear I'm not a serial killer.
Yeah, sure. Say that now.
See, like I need to, like, if I go on a road trip for like how long was your drive?
23 hours,
And then
something
you
like
have
that?
another fucking like
18.
18. Jesus Christ!
I'm never going back.
I'm such a pussy.
luck.
I got to the end of the drive, like the 6-hour drive to like Phoenix, and I was just like, Jack, I need to lie down. This is fucking. I'm gonna die. But like even for that, like I need like 2 hours of music, maybe listen to like some Sleepy Cast or some Rooster Teeth podcast or something. Like I gotta vary it up so that I'm always like awake.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have to listen to music when I'm traveling. Like if I'm listening to music, like I'll be fine to drive as long as I can stay awake.
Yeah.
But I typically listen to really, really bad pop punk.
Oh,
Like really, like we're talking like early 2000s, like Sum 41.
Yeah.
Like fucking early All American Rejects.
What?
Just like really, really, just the cheesy shit.
Yeah.
nice.
Because it's just
shit.
like, yeah.
Long road trips for me is Europop and Gabber. So the
I would never
soundtrack.
expect that from you.
So the soundtrack to the tour, actually, since I'm still talking about it, why not? It was Gunther. So if you're not familiar with Gunther, that's the you touch my tra la la
Yeah.
la 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 la.
my
Yeah.
God.
So
Okay.
So
you've got
pop covers when
Collab?
So we like straight up just pull up 3 long-haired greasy metalheads to an area in which they take their metal seriously because they actually have things to complain about, like their government is actually like super corrupt and bad.
Yeah.
And we're just showing up with Europop and they're like, what in the sweet Christ? And
We're
that
from
and then
Canada.
we're trying to
and then-
fit in there.
and then there's
We got
Gabber,
Mr.
which
Trudeau up here.
who
complain about other things though.
who here is familiar with Gabber? Who here knows what Gabber is?
It sounds familiar.
Okay, so basically, it's if you took hardstyle, it's an earlier version of hardstyle from the '90s. It's big in Europe, and it's basically it's kind of like if you made grindcore electronic music.
Awesome.
It's just do and just like scary.
Is it like industrial?
Kind of, but fast and just aggressive and noisy, and
sounds-
it keeps you awake.
Is it
keeps,
just like that driving sub?
Yeah, it's just like 180 BPM of like 12 kick drums combined together on all
And
four,
then like
and
one
just
synth.
no, this not even a melody. It's just sound. It's it's great.
This reminds me. I showed you Gore shit, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That was the one where it's like there's some snares, and then when it kicks in, like literally a second in, the bass is like cranked to like 6 or like whatever the highest amount of
6.
decibels, like
The bass is cranked to 6.
it's over unity gain, when you can like
Yeah.
only crank it to like as hard as it, and then everything else seems like it's turned like as low as it possibly can, and then it's just limited to fucking hell. So you just go.
That's
It's just noise.
that is basically Gabber, man. I love it.
Remind me to show you Gore shit after this podcast, because there's a point literally where it sounds like the bass is going so hard that it's actually slowing down the DAW.
Well, I think
Overloading the processor.
I think the dumbest style of music I've ever heard. It was nightcore for a while because the actual origin of that is amazing because it's literally 2 high school students in Norway as a joke, and it became a whole style of music. The best one is
I don't even know if I would call that a style of music.
no. You ready? Okay, who here knows what extra tone is?
Oh no.
Okay, so
This is gonna be bad.
extra tone is essentially when you take a beat and speed it up like a kick drum or whatever, and speed it up to the point where it goes so fast it creates an extra tone. So like you know when your computer
like
glitches, like you know when your computer just goes like that in music.
Okay,
so it's like just like what?
God,
but like it's I'll have to pull it up.
If people at home want to hear
just
what is this
extra tone.
Wait, are there any artists that?
I can't give you a specific artist because the only ones I've ever heard are Asian, and I can't read kanji, so I have no idea what this is. But if you just search extra tone, actually you'll probably get Frank Job C because I think he explains how to make it. It just sounds like aggressive metallic bees just buzzing at you. Oh, so good.
He's the best.
But yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of electronic music, and Europe is like friggin' centuries ahead of here. Like we're now just getting into like, yeah, we got EDM over here. We got a rise and a drop. Over there it's like, nah, we've got everything. We got break beats. We've got happy hardcore. We've got everything. Happy hardcore is amazing, by the way. That's DDR music essentially. Right. And it's great. I love it over there.
Drum beat.
You with the offbeat bass, doon, 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 doon. Like you think metal's got bad with subgenres? God, like electronic is like as bad if not worse.
I believe
it's insane.
Subgenres make me want to quit.
It's fun.
Where did dubstep like come from? I mean, I'm an idiot. Did that come from Skrillex, or did he just make it?
Dubstep was actually, I think it was like early 2000s originally. It was something different. It's just Skrillex.
Did he like bring it into
Skrillex made it mainstream?
Yeah.
Right. Well, he made a version of it mainstream.
Yeah.
Because dubstep in the traditional sense is really chill.
Yeah.
And what Skrillex is doing, like people call it bro step. I've heard people call it complextro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like kind of dubstep, but amped up and like super intense. But like classic dubstep is just kind of like a wobbly, like chill, really
like just LFO and
it's something that you smoke to.
I know EDM nerds that can literally argue I want to do a case study, if you will.
Do you really?
Do you really?
See, you said EDM. You said EDM nerd. EDM is a subgenre.
Okay, bear with me. See, that's the thing. Okay, I want to put metalheads in a room and have them argue about subgenres, and put EDM nerds in a room and have them argue about subgenres, and see which of those groups can argue for longer without giving up or killing each other.
How many lifetimes do you have? Because there's going to be a while.
That's not progressive metal. That's post-event chicken noodle core. Fucking plebeian. I'm gonna tell Encyclopedia Metallica or whatever the fuck this site's called.
Like, I just find it interesting, like how Skrillex was in fucking From First to Last.
Yeah, he's a hardcore man.
Yeah,
that's part of why I have a lot of respect for that dude because
Sonny Moore,
because he obviously
we know you're listening, Sonny. You fucking dick.
Come on, BoyFlop, Sonny. You know you want to.
He posted one of my funny story. Did I tell you guys about this?
I remember this.
Yeah, he posted. He posted a video.
It was on Instagram, right?
On his Instagram, he posted like a 10-second video of him and his friends jumping on a bed in slow motion, and in the background of this 10-second video was my Watch Me Whip cover, and it was like, I'm on Skrillex's Instagram, and like he didn't credit me, which is like,
but people
still, it's like whoa, like, and it's cool to me because like obviously he used to be in like a whatever punky hardcore metalcore whatever band, but
like
the
top ones.
So it's cool because it's like the fact that he fucking posted my shit on his Instagram, even though he's like Justin Bieber's producer, means that he has like a bigger encompassing respect for music that is way different than what he typically does.
For sure.
And I think that's really cool in an artist, and I think that further goes to sort of support my, I guess, mantra that like the people who really make the best music don't care half as much about categorization of genres as the comment section does.
Well, they listen.
Right.
Like that, I think that's one of the most important things about being like a successful musician is fucking listening, and like that also includes like, I mean, like most of the bigger gigs that I've ever gotten have been from like me going on YouTube and like covering music from a game I like. Chances are, like, even if you're a smaller channel or whatever, like composers love their dick getting rubbed, so they're usually looking for covers.
Everybody?
Right, exactly.
Well, I mean,
well, that's the thing is like your first instinct is like, oh hey, if I do like I don't know, a cover of this game, the composer's gonna like comment on, be like,
you suck.
give me money, please. You know, like, you're stealing money from me, or so. I don't know, like, or like, this is awful. Yeah,
that's what happened with Jack.
Yeah,
with, like I sent him my thing when I had like 2,000 subs, and he was like, "Yo, what's your phone number?" Literally in the email he sent back, he was just like, "What's your phone number?" I was just like, And he called me at work, and I was just like,
I had that with Mick Gordon when I was doing Killer Instinct stuff, and he just like, you know, he commented on a couple of videos, and then one day I was actually making dinner and had a pan in one hand. Yes, I was texting and frying, so yeah, that was really dangerous. So like straight up on Twitter, just at LittleVMilles, you want to do something on Cinder's theme for Killer Instinct, and I almost dropped the pen I was holding, and I'm like straight up collab, bro, and I'm like, yes, like why would I? It was fantastic.
Like I mean, especially like indie guys too, and like one of my students just did a surf rock cover of a Necrodancer track.
Nice.
And shout out to my boy, the Maximum Guitarist.
Yeah, boy.
And immediately Danny B sends him a comment. Like, I mean, his channel has 200 something subs. Like these composers don't give a shit. They got the fucking Google alerts. Yeah. They're, you know.
I mean, you have to think about it. Something like just from the other side, like it's like something you made and someone felt compelled to like do a cover of it.
Dude, I did a cover of like I've been obsessed with Rise of Nations lately, and you know the game came out like in like 2000, so I don't know, but I did a cover in my first year of weekly videos from that game, and everyone skipped Rise of Nations because they all like blew their load on Age of Empires, and it's you know, some people would argue it's the same game, but like Dwayne Decker, the guy who did this the soundtrack for Rise of Nations, sent me a message. He's just like, dude, I can't believe somebody would like go through all that effort of like making like a huge production like project out of one of my tunes. Like they love it, and like I mean back then, like I mean it wasn't really a high production. I was using my fucking Red Bean Line 6 pod whatever with my iPhone camera. Like I mean if you like, I mean, you know, obviously it is kind of a roll of the dice. You're not guaranteed to get jobs by posting like, look, I made a cover of Megalovania, Toby Fox, hire me. But like, you can add it to a resume, right? If anything, it's a resume point. It's a portfolio, you know.
Yeah.
So
and like, I don't know. I think I pointed it out on here before, but like,
I
do what? Yeah. No, like I do
take
have,
a shot.
Yeah.
I do have one like original composition on my channel, and someone made they went backwards and made like a 16-bit or an 8-bit cover of it, like a chiptune cover of it.
Ooh.
And I was like, I'm on the other side, and I like listened to it, and I was like, why'd they do this? This is so cool. They got it all right. This is so amazing.
I thought you were gonna cry.
I was actually about to. I was just like, why would someone do this?
I mean, well, I mean that's the thing is like I feel like, you know, you kind of put these like composers and stuff on a pedestal, especially when you look up to them. Obviously, like you don't realize that like they're all just like
in their boxers on the couch, like stuffing Cheetos in their face.
They got their dick out. Like, who's remixed my shit?
They're just like on their phone, like this kid sucks.
That's like I think that's the most important point, like to take away from this though, is that like don't put people on pedestals.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
This kid, like
except your favorite YouTube celebrities.
Take all of my advice on my Minecraft Let's Play videos.
Buy my book.
Patreon. Yeah, buy my book. Like, check out my Patreon.
Little anecdote. Like this kid, I think he's from like Scotland or something, and he did. He's got this great accent, and he no, but he's I don't know how old, I think he's like 16 or 17, maybe he's 18. He did a cover of he did a guitar cover of one of my covers, one of my Disney covers, and he just like he had his Ibanez or something, and just him in front of like his iPhone camera, and like he nailed my guitar part.
Yeah, dude.
Like he played my guitar part probably better than I could now, because I forgot how to play it, but like, but he learned my guitar part and played it and nailed it, and I fucking like I was like freaking out. I was like, holy shit, dude, this is awesome. And then like so I added him on Steam, and we played GTA the other night.
That's right. Nice.
And I mean, he's way better than I am at GTA, but he was just like, oh my god, dude, yeah, anytime you want to play. I'm like, yeah, dude, like
that's crazy.
It's like I don't know, and that always happens, like and it's so weird because like, and we talked about this on another BoyFlop, so fucking take a shot, but like I find myself in the position I used to be in, where like I used to fucking send people messages and be like, oh my god, what if they reply to my tweet? Or I mean, back then it wasn't tweeting, it was MySpace messages, but like
you're old,
but
nerd.
But now it's like, and that's why like I still try to make an effort to reply to as many comments as I can.
Oh yeah,
it's like
it's important.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, like a few years ago, I got contacted to make the music for this crap motorcycle game for like the Windows phone,
nice.
Like or something, and they were gonna like put it on Xbox or something. I was all freaking out, and like I guess they never did anything with it, but I did like a soundtrack for it. Never got used, so I started using some of those those songs for like intros for like my videos, like the tutorial series that I did. All those that's all like little segments of songs that I wrote for that game.
Okay.
Because I said like, well, fuck it, they're not doing anything else with it. And yeah, somebody like covered one of my original little tunes like that, and like, nice. You know, like again, like webcam, guitar, and they fucking nailed it. And I was just like, oh my god, yeah. Like, it's fucking cool.
Your little heart swell up.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
If you don't take anything, if you take something from this podcast, suck the dick of every person you like.
One of my Patreon supporters
wants to give you money.
One of my Patreon supporters wants to get my lyrics tattooed on her arm. I was like, whoa.
Like, that's crazy.
Well, it's just like, I mean, it's flattering, but it's like, I think you might know who I'm talking about, but it's just like, I mean, like, shout out, but like, it's, I don't know. It's
plug.
Well, it's crazy because it's like, I don't think that highly of my lyrics. You know, but I think that goes along with like
goes along with anything with music. It's
well,
like,
yeah, but it's like it's the imposter syndrome that we're kind of like touching on right now. Is just like we don't. I mean, I can't speak for you guys, but like I don't think very highly of much that I do, other than like I make goofy videos and I try to be okay at it. But like there are people out there that are like, "You're my favorite thing that's ever happened," and it's like, I mean, thanks, but also no, I shouldn't be because I'm not that good. But thank you.
I mean, we're just like everybody else. I mean, you make us fan art. You do
excuse me, I'm the shit.
Shut up. Like, well, no, I mean, if you scratch our backs, give us fan mail, fucking do covers of our covers.
Subscribe to
we're gonna fucking crawl on the floor and cry because I mean that's that's what we're doing. We're like covering other people's stuff. Like it's cool.
I had this chick draw like a photorealistic pencil portrait of me, and she was like 16, and like she messaged me and she was like, hi, like I drew this and I hope you like it, like I'm still learning. And it was like I messaged her back, I'm like, don't ever fucking stop drawing because this is fucking amazing.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah, seriously, I was
Welcome
like,
to Meme Flop.
I was like, no, seriously though, like,
yeah,
it was wild,
Sprout drew me as a jar of mayonnaise one time. Shout outs to you, Sprout.
That was during like one of my streams. I think too.
That was when everyone was like sitting in.
Yeah, no, I've had
Sprout's the best.
I've had people do speed paints of my face. I had actually. I know for a fact.
Like their mouth's like.
It was the fucking meatball picture.
What would you like? What do you do if you got something like that? You're just like,
I want to start a speed paint channel where instead of like putting it in fast forward, I just paint really fast.
Yeah, he's like, okay, guys, here we go. Just
There was a channel called like Oliver Age 24 or something on YouTube where that was literally his gimmick or something, was that he did these shitty like MS Paint pictures of everything. Have you seen that? It was fun. Like I don't know if he still does videos, but it was funny for a while where he'd just be like, "Here we go, this is Spider-Man," and just like MS Paint thing.
Well, it's like the fucking the Sanic thing.
Right.
Oh, Sanic.
The best.
I know this person is listening to BoyFlop, but I had somebody make a pixel art of a picture of me in Minecraft. Which and then made a video. Did you see that?
I actually had someone do that to me too. Yeah, someone did that to me too.
Did they make a video of it where they went up and started breaking pieces off of it?
No, but they had me surrounded by attractive women. Also made it.
Nice.
I was just like, thank you. Yes. I'm just like, okay. Thank you so much. This is back when I had like 1,000 subscribers, so I was like, who even knows I exist yet? Like, Jesus Christ.
Speaking
it was very cool.
Speaking of your normal excursions in life, including women all around you. We're wrapping up, so I figured is
What?
if anybody wants to know,
Nice.
you know, like what you do, like where they can find you and stuff, like now's the time to boy plug yourself.
Yeah, plugs.
Was that
Well,
intentional what you just said there?
What?
Girls all around you. Now we're wrapping up.
No.
Fuck.
I'm not that
I was
clever.
just like, damn. That's
so
good.
you
I'm
can
not that
find
clever.
me at no.
Yeah.
So literally anything LittleVMills, you can find me.
Pornhub.com
LittleVMills. Yeah, exactly. You know what? You say that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my god, John just got it.
What? Oh my
Just
god.
got- No, I was sitting there just like, damn, that's fucking brilliant. Anyway, sorry. Continue
That's
with
okay.
yourself.
That's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I'll just masturbate right now, basically, to my own names. Twitter,
Actually,
Twitch.
That's probably a good idea. We should probably all grab our Pornhub accounts and stuff in our RedTube so nobody else
just
grabs
in
them.
case.
Well, no, before somebody else grabs it and makes redtube.com/Jonathan Young.
There you
man.
go.
You don't want somebody else owning that.
Oh man.
There's like someone cosplaying.
Dude, fuck YouTube. I'm gonna post my music videos on Pornhub.
Do it, man.
Dude, yeah.
You've seen like the videos that's like, God, what was the one where it was like, I guess Walking Dead spoiler or something. But it's like the video title is just like Asian gets like eaten out, blah, blah,
Somebody
blah.
posted one
And it's
today.
like-
Is it the Boris thing?
Yeah, the Boris thing, where it's
Yeah.
Boris, the guy who was like partially responsible for Brexit, and it was a video of his speech after the poll, and it was like British dude fucks 1 million people.
Oh, dude, those are the best. I love those.
Yeah.
Those are the best. Oh.
Anyway, sorry, I keep interrupting
That
you.
little Twitch.
Little Twitch.
That little Twitch.
Little Twitch Mills.
Yeah, there you go. Little Twitch Mills. Little B Mills.
Yeah, you do music production streams like I do.
Yeah,
and they're really fun. I definitely, and I think you know, I lurk in that channel.
Oh, I've seen you
lot.
a couple
Yeah.
times because I was talking about a highlight and you was just like, "Oh, look, there's the link."
And I just popped the link in
Oh,
there.
hey.
Everyone's like- Yeah.
Oh, hi. Yeah, so I'll do music production. I've also played the video games like literally everyone else on the planet. I've also been starting up doing like live first impressions of little like plugins and stuff like that too. Just like to mess around. I did Super Audio Card.
Yep,
stuff
you just
like
did
that.
the Impact Soundworks
And,
8-bits thing.
And the which is oh god.
I
so
want to
good.
try it. Look really bad.
Like I can't say enough good things about it. But yeah, I literally do what these guys do. That's only I'm Canadian-y.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, basically.
Cool. I don't know. I got nothing else. Do you wanna say any final words? You got any final stories or?
Stay in school?
No, don't do that.
No.
Start a
don't.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Drop out of college.
Drop
Follow
out of
your
college.
stupid dreams,
Yeah,
kids.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know. How about you guys? Do you guys know what you'll be doing in 3 weeks from now? Since we've been kind of backflopping.
Back flopping.
Nice.
Jesus.
3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty close to when I'm about to go to Con Bravo. I don't know. That's coming up. Go to Con Bravo if I'll be there. I don't know.
Yay.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm at RTX. I brought that up earlier.
No, this is coming out.
This is going to be
Okay. Well,
was
if you're
at
listening,
RTX.
if you're listening to me in the future, if you saw a guy running around with a Canadian flag as a cape on July 1st at RTX in Texas,
What a champion.
Don't get shot.
yeah.
that was me, and you should have come up and said hi, or you did, and you got a picture, and yeah.
Yeah, we're working on trying to make plans for PAX Prime. You should go to PAX Prime if you can figure out how.
I'm already kind of broke from going through everything right now, so
for sure.
I would love to, probably next year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's in Seattle, so that's probably not going to be
Actually, yeah, it's super close.
too terrible a drive for you.
That's like just south of Vancouver. That's like probably 13, 14 hours. It's a heck of a lot
Still,
shorter than 24.
Jesus fucking Christ. John, do you know what you'll be doing besides?
More anime covers, more Disney covers, more Broadway covers soon.
Stuff.
Yeah.
More covers.
Collab on Broadway, please. Broadway collabs.
I'm doing the main Phantom of the Opera song with Melinda, who I did the last Phantom cover with, and then I just finished tracking for. I mean, this will be far in the past, but I just finished tracking for the My Hero or Boku no Hero Academia opening. I'm gonna start doing Sword Art Online openings soon. Yeah.
Why?
Oh, you just stuttered.
And then Attack on Titan openings after that. Hopefully.
Yeah.
You
And,
should do no.
And we were kind of talking about those, yeah, for the because since that's your boy, or no, that was Dragon Force.
Yeah.
We're talking about Well,
I'm still down.
Yeah, just I was gonna say like be careful because the dude who composes like some of those anime themes, like the Attack on Titan theme, is fucking nuts.
I have heard that.
So careful.
But I mean, Amanda and Nate, I think, still have theirs on iTunes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. I'm gonna be careful, but anyway, yeah.
Hopefully by the time this comes out, I will be relatively close to finishing the Overworld theme medley. So look out on Twitch for that. Yeah. Or I would like to be done with that probably by that point.
Nice.
With any luck. That I just got the votes all done today. Had a buddy shout out boy plug to Super Dan Link for helping me out with that.
Yo boy Dan Link.
Yo boy Dan Link. Come on BoyFlop.
Dan, come visit.
Yeah, and that is going to be interesting because there's a double track in there. There's one I've done before in a top 10 medley, which I didn't think would happen. I guess the Final Fantasy VI Overworld is the same as Terra's theme, and that got in the top 10. So I didn't do the whole thing in the medley, so I'm guessing what I'm going to end up doing is just do like just the B section of the song. So it's like technically still the same song, but it's still something new. But I don't know. Other than that, I'm probably by then going to be, by the time you guys hear this, have talked something about stuff involving a certain Danny B game. So I don't know, which I have already started work on. So anyways, I think that's it. Well, LittleVMilles, thank you so much for coming on our shit cast.
Thank you for having me.
You are always welcome anytime you want. I know you kind of live on the opposite side of North America, but
You say that, I still got here in 2 days. So I mean, I'm not that far away. Really.
Whenever you want to make the drive, I mean, you have a futon and a fucking blow up mattress.
So, well, apparently there's a Harry Potter attraction at Disneyland that opened up that
that's Universal.
Sorry,
Hollywood.
and so I guess I have to come back and we have to do that.
That's in Florida, though. I think.
No,
right?
there's one in Hollywood.
That's
What?
yeah, in Hollywood. It just opened up.
Half our D&D group went like 2 months ago.
So we're coming back and doing that.
Take me.
Yeah.
Go to Yosemite.
Sure.
Say go to Yosemite. It's cool.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening to BoyFlop 29. We got to do something cool for 30, I think. Figure out something.
Dan Link.
Dan Link.
Dan Link.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Peace.